Hello and welcome to Outside Xbox. You're watching Show of the Week. I'm Mike.
And I'm Andy. Welcome.
Yeah, have you been up to much this week, Andy?
Well, of course, we went to the baseball, Mike. And let me tell you something. I understood it.
Oh yeah, me too.
Then we're agreed.
Yeah, can you believe at the top of the first, the Yankees chased Rick Porcello after a single fly-out walk and then 4 consecutive extra base hits?
I sure can't.
Of course, the big blow was Aaron Hicks' 3-run shot.
Yeah, it's big blow.
Any highlights for you?
Had a pretty good hot dog.
Yeah, it was good actually.
Oh, speaking of pork products, you just reminded me of the worst thing I saw at E3.
Oh yeah, what was that?
It was the Outer Worlds.
Oh, I saw that. I thought it looked pretty good.
Oh yeah, the game does.
What?
So the game looked good, the Outer Worlds,
yes.
But the mission that they showed us was one of the most revolting things I've seen in a while in a video game. So we were given the mission of going and assassinating a guy who runs a Borst factory.
Borst sounds delicious.
Borst, does it
Andy?
sound delicious or does it sound gross? Well, what it is it's sort of like a pork products factory, but what they have there are these pigs called cysty pigs. And they grow
I can see where this is going.
These huge swollen tumours on their bodies, which are sort of apparently just slough off naturally.
Right.
And then they're just able to harvest those and turn them into delicious pork products.
I mean,
like
this
Borst
sounds...
soup, Borst wurst, Borst scratchings.
This
probably
sounds more humane than our current farming situation. What's the problem?
Probably, I guess. Although they're kept in a constant state of being covered in giant tumours. That's bad.
That does seem bad. Yeah.
It is. I mean, it is sustainable. So you only need a certain number of cysty pigs. But
where do you fall on the issue? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Actually, don't, because the comments will be horrifying.
Yeah.
Just everyone discussing that. The game, though.
The game, though, does look good. So it's by Obsidian.
Yes.
Who are the...
RPG specialists.
Yeah, so they're most famous to me for making Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, I think that for most people. But they also
Fallout
have
game.
a long and rich
So what else have they made?
They made Alpha Protocol. Do you remember that one?
God, I do.
Yeah.
Alpha Protocol.
But they've got... They kind of... they're built up from a lot of people who worked on kind of the old Fallout games and things like that. So really when Fallout New Vegas came out, it was seen as a sort of homecoming for a bunch of that talent who worked on the previous games. So yeah, proper like RPG lineage there, you know, real roots in like hardcore RPG stuff. So yeah, they've got that sort of heritage, but then obviously it looks like a modern, accessible, first-person shooter / RPG.
Right, and with the Fallout series having slightly lost its way recently, with I think that's fair to say, with Fallout 76 not being super well received, I think that what they're trying to do with the Outer Worlds is make the sort of Fallout sequel that a lot of the hardcore Fallout fans are waiting for. So it's very similar to Fallout in a lot of ways. There's things like skill checks in conversations, so like speech checks and things like that. Also, like a big Obsidian thing is the companion characters. So if you played Fallout New Vegas, you remember that you're being tailed around by companion characters who would help you out in combat.
Like that brain
like
dog.
that.
Do you remember that brain dog?
The brain dog was great.
Love
Rex,
the brain dog.
Rex, the dog of the Elvis impersonator.
Yes.
Oh god, it was such a good game.
It was great, yeah.
Boone, the sniper who lived in the mouth of a big Tyrannosaurus.
Whatever floats your boat, Boone.
But yeah, the way that the companions work in the game is that their stats kind of buff you as well. So we had like a sort of fast-talking character on our team who, when we were in conversation, it kind of boosted our own speech skills. But there was also like a doctor on our team who kind of boosted our medicine skills.
Like a squad
as well.
of 3 in that mission, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So you can create like different little away teams based on what you're trying to do. But much like Fallout games as well, it's kind of very open to how you want to approach things.
Yeah.
So you can go in the stealth route, you can go all guns blazing, be like a hacker or a lockpicker, or just get giant energy weapons and blow everyone up.
Yeah, they give us a lot of choice. They were literally like asking people in the assembled crowd of video game people how they wanted us to play the demo, and they were trying to do it, and occasionally something would go a bit wrong.
Trespassers terminated.
And it didn't feel like, sometimes they do that and it feels kind of stagey and a bit sort of pre-planned, but actually it was shambolic in that sort of Fallout way where things go a bit wrong and you have to improvise on the spot. There's one bit where they were trying to be stealthy and they got caught by a guard and had to sort of talk their way out of it and things like that. So I could not believe how much it looked like a Fallout 4 based game. I asked the guy, I was like, is this the same engine as Fallout 4? And he's like, nope, it's the Unreal Engine. Which means they've spent all their time just making Unreal look exactly like Fallout.
I feel like he was slightly annoyed with you for us.
I know, probably. But
like, is this the Fallout engine? He was like,
no, actually. All our own work,
question.
It looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
But that means it'll be like slipping into a comfortable pair of shoes when you play it.
It's even got like VATs.
Yeah, it really does.
It's called like tactical time dilation or something.
Basically VATs.
Exactly VATs. And it's exactly that Fallout thing as well, where you can take a quest and then when you get to the end of it, someone will go, I'll give you twice as much money to kill the person who just kill me, and you can like decide, you can betray everyone or you can betray no one.
Yeah.
And it's it's that kind of morally grey Fallout thing, which I really liked about New Vegas.
And obviously it fits in with the theming. The Outer Worlds is a kind of like Wild West sort of outer edges of space, pioneers and things like that.
Yeah, the law hasn't quite caught up to them yet.
So being able to dick people over, basically, by betraying them at the end of missions is very appropriate. One thing that was quite cool was when we went to see it, I wasn't clear on whether it would be like a single planet, but apparently there are multiple different planets and orbital space stations and things, so it really kind of realises that sort of RPG dream that I've had for a while, which is like, you know, an entire almost like solar system of different places to go and kind of into planetary travel and things like that, which sounds really cool.
There's some interesting ideas in there as well. There's a like a floors system apparently where you can choose to take like a permanent debuff in something in exchange for like an instant skill point. So there was one I saw someone talking about online where the floor is like robophobic, which means you take way more damage from robots, but you can get like an instant perk point and level up something else.
That's really interesting.
Like when you need it. So you're like, I'm not good enough at hacking, but
That's kind of a useful crutch, isn't it? It's sort of you know, those situations where you're in the middle of a Fallout vault or whatever, and you've got to do something, and you just don't have the abilities or the skills or whatever. It's sort of a nice way to balance it. You're like, okay, you know, you can get through this, but you are going to take a permanent. You're going to be your left leg is going to be permanently hobbled or something. You know?
It's interesting. I hope that's sort of how it plays out in the main game. But I think it's looking like a really good sort of spiritual successor to Fallout New Vegas, with a lot of the same ideas and some cool and interesting new ones. And again, that weird dark sense of humour that those cysty pigs really embody, because there was a lot about New Vegas, like the white tie society who were all cannibals.
Oh yeah, that was amazing, that mission. Yeah. I think that's the thing, isn't it? Like when New Vegas came out, it's sort of, I don't know whether it was appreciated at the time, but I think definitely when people look back over the kind of modern Fallout games, a lot of people cite New Vegas as their favourite, and
I do. So.
I think it was that modern engine that they used for Fallout 3, but taken to the most sort of extreme degree in terms of adding RPG elements, and they really went to town on the level of role play and the decisions you could make and the effect on the story and the endings and things like that. So I'm expecting a similar sort of thing, and while we were never going to get a New Vegas 2 because Obsidian and Bethesda kind of fell out a bit over bonuses and Metacritic scores and tedious stuff like that, this is it. You know, if you've been waiting for Fallout New Vegas 2, this is probably it.
Yeah, and I think we're actually seeing some more of it very soon.
Yes.
So yeah, keep an eye on the channel for some more gameplay and some more impressions coming very soon.
I think based on my lack of organisational skills, I'm probably going to end up with loads of those permanent debuffs. So by the end, I'll have a load of skill points and stuff that was only really useful in one very specific situation. And then just my legs are falling off, my eyeballs have dropped out.
You're going to be like that guy in Star Trek who's in the black box and can only communicate with a blinking red light.
That's going to be my guy in the ending sequence.
Just roll him into the final boss room and he'll just beep. Cool, so look forward to that.
All their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine!
Anyway, I can't decide if it makes me really want bacon sandwiches or just puts me off the whole idea altogether.
All I can hear you saying right now is bacon sandwiches.
Okay, comments first.
Okay, but then sandwiches.
Deal.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a Lovecraftian story in this city called Oakmont in Massachusetts, because it's always in Massachusetts. Massachusetts, creepiest state in America, apparently.
Yep.
So that was a little clip there from Show of the Week about the sinking city.
I remember
from
it.
last week.
It was only a week ago.
But do you remember the populace?
Oh,
my gosh.
Wow. That's
a face.
distinctive look.
Yeah. Excuse me, are you Robert Troglodyte?
Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am.
Yeah.
Like that guy, for instance.
Yeah, how could
remember
I
him?
forget? I never forget a face. But in his case, I'd be glad to make an exception.
Well, here's a comment on that topic.
Sure.
Zachzilla says, I've only got a little way into the sinking city. It lacks subtlety. Most Lovecraft horror has a build-up before everything goes completely weird. Here they start out with fish people and monster right out the gate.
Whoa! Whoa!
Look at your face.
Sorry for the reaction.
They do kind of get straight into it, don't they? They're just like, we know why you're here.
Yeah.
You're here for the horrible monsters and the
Step
unknowable
right up, stop
horrors.
pretending we
Yeah.
know why you came to this sinking city. Do you remember the Lovecraft short story, Shadow over Innsmouth?
Yeah, I do.
And it really is about this kind of uneasy, slow burn if he turns up in this town and
Yeah.
all the doors are closed and windows are shuttered
And then he
where
stays at
is
the
everybody
inn
and it's
there's
creepy
his
and,
weird sounds.
and everything's kind of slightly off and then he goes to bed and then finally the revelation is fish people. This game is like no.
Imagine if the Shadow of Innsmouth was he gets there and is immediately killed by fish people, and then it ends.
In Sinking City, we like walk up off the dock and then there's this guy and we're all like, whoa,
Straight in there.
Look at those mutton chops.
It's amazing.
It's just such a face.
Also, it lets you get your gun out straight away, so
Yeah.
I was assuming that everyone was a Lovecraftian horror ready
That did
to
feel quite odd that you
take
had
them out.
ready and instant, constant access
Yeah.
to a gun.
I was like, it's like Gears of War, just like taking cover behind waist-high walls and shooting monstrosities. But yeah, it was
Quite full on.
yeah, because generally with these kinds of games, you have a sanity meter that depletes, you can't regenerate it, and so they build slowly and start to sort of ramp up the sanity
What game are you
effects towards the
thinking
end.
of right now?
Like Eternal Darkness, for example, or Call of Cthulhu.
Okay.
Whereas this one, it's like loads of horror, no sanity, and then you're sane again.
Sort of
and it's like-
recharges.
yeah, which
Do you
is
remember that sanity? It was sort of a sanity mental state meter in Fahrenheit in Indigo Prophecy.
oh yeah, no, I
But
didn't.
you could restore it by doing like big important things that would kind of make you feel more at ease. But you could also like have a glass of water or something.
Yeah, just
if I
like-
remember correctly, you could do something quite mundane that would just like
I remember in
clear you out. I've seen a fish monster. Little glass of water.
just take a just calm your nerves.
that's
But I remember
better.
in Eternal Darkness, I had a
Yeah.
friend who was playing that, and they got the game into an unwinnable state by getting their sanity so low
Right.
that they couldn't look at anything without going mad.
Right.
And that was like their save. So it was whenever they would load a save, they could just look at the floor,
Right.
and if they tried to look anywhere else, they'd suddenly go ah and just go mad, and the game would end.
Oh.
So they were like, that's when I had to stop playing Eternal Darkness.
I kind of like that though. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very Lovecraftian ending to the game. If you
Yeah.
take that as your canon ending,
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
oh, okay, that's
Yeah, I was trapped
bleak.
forever, locked in my own,
Exactly
in my own
like a
madness.
Lovecraft
yeah.
ending.
Okay, well, there's that.
Yeah.
Do you want another comment?
Sure.
Comment is from Claire T. I'd like to congratulate Jane for coining the phrase meaningful dismemberment. Ha!
I can't believe in this Disney game you can't dismember
In
people.
which you play an ostensibly good guy, you can't chop off the arms and legs of hundreds and hundreds of humans and humanoids.
Yeah, meaningful dismemberment. But then we had people in the comments saying that when Obi-Wan cut that guy's hand
Yes.
off in the bar, that wasn't meaningful.
Yes, I saw that comment, and in fact, just before we came in here, I looked up his name because he's the one who's like, he doesn't like your face.
Oh, does he have a name like Arm Offo or something?
No, it's like Pondo Groznak or something.
Pondo
wait,
Nohad.
Pause. I'm going to look it up. Because
Okay,
Thank you, the internet. The name is Pondo Baba. Pondo Baba.
sure. Which is
I've looked it up and it's already draining
Yeah.
from my memory.
Tatooineese
That's
for
the thug
one-handed.
from the cantina who gets his arm chopped off. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, in Star Wars, dismemberment's always meaningful. It always has a symbolic or like deeply emotional resonance.
Sure.
And in the comments they're like, what about when Obi-Wan just lops that guy's arm off in a bar fight? And you're like, oh yeah.
I would argue, though,
yeah.
it's foreshadowing, isn't it? So anything that happens early in the movie that is like something that happens at the end of the movie, that's foreshadowing.
When you comment like that, it's foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I looked up this guy and he later
replay.
someone tries to reattach his arm. Because
Okay.
you're right, they're an advanced, technologically, in many ways, an advanced
Yeah, you can have little robot hands.
Like, they can travel around in space. Can they reattach an arm? Which I remind you is technology we have here on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Someone tries to reattach his arm and he nearly dies because it goes so badly wrong.
Oh my god. I guess
So
maybe he
poor
can't
dude.
afford the sophisticated robot hand that Anakin Skywalker
But
gets.
reattach, like, as in, like, if they put it on ice, they're in a bar, get it on some ice.
Yeah, but it's been all cauterized by the lightsaber
But that's
blade,
perfect,
hasn't it?
isn't that probably better?
No, because you need to reattach all the nerves.
If you're a doctor who specialises in limb reattachment,
Yeah.
which
I'm sure there's nothing better you could be doing than writing to us and letting us know.
Yeah, stop reattaching whatever limb you're thinking of right now.
Put down the scalpel.
And let us know, would cauterising both ends of the wound be a good or a bad thing?
Yeah.
We want to know. But in the end, he learns a lesson about not being rude to teenagers in Tatooine cantinas. So
I mean, to be fair, he does have it
it's a-
coming. He's going around being a jerk. He's like pushing. He's like,
that's very extreme.
start a fight.
I suppose that's rough cantina justice.
I mean, if you are going into like a cantina like that and pushing people,
It is
and
a
telling-
wretched
and
hive
just
of
trying to
scum
start
and
fights with
villainy,
people,
and dismemberment is what they should have said.
can't really complain when someone cuts your arm off. I don't think.
What? Wow. All right.
If he was just sitting there minding his own business and Obi-Wan came over and just cut his arm off with a lightsaber, then I'd say, yeah, that's fair enough.
What I'm taking away from this is don't be rude to Andy in a bar. He has very extreme views about what is suitable punishment.
I'm
for
not
being
gonna,
rude
but then I don't.
In a bar.
I'm not a magical space wizard. So
it's okay for magical space wizards.
yeah,
If you're a space Gandalf, then it's fine.
I'm just saying I don't think it's been a long enough time since the Purge of the Jedi
Right.
for you to go and start hassling people who look like Jedis in
So you're
bars.
saying it was unwise?
Yeah, I'm saying
rather
you should
than
know
it was
what
fair and just.
you should know what a Jedi looks like. Guy in robes with a lightsaber at his hip.
No. That's what he's wearing the robes because he's in hiding. He's not trying to look like a Jedi, right?
He looks a lot like he did when he was a Jedi, if you ask me.
Yeah, but that's. Let's not get into it.
All right, we're not going to get into
Let's
it.
not get into
Anyway,
it.
Ponda Baba. What a guy.
Ponda replay.
Ponda Replay.
That's the one.
There
Would
we
you
go.
like another comment?
Yes.
Okay.
Who are we here to beat? Those drags.
Nice, look at them. Yeah. Wow, Jane, first person to make that gesture in this park. Congratulations.
This comment from Killian Murray, who says, I would love to see more vlogs, reviews of amusement parks from you guys. You could even go to Legoland for next Lego game.
This is a great idea, and we should just become a theme park review channel. What do you
Now,
say,
you
Jane?
selected this comment, Andy.
Did I?
Is it
Could have been
because-
anyone.
Did
who
you write
selected
that
it.
comment, in
No.
fact? Is Killian Murray
Killian
your
Murray is a
nom de
real,
plume?
real name and not an anagram.
You're not
of
just looking
Andy.
for an excuse to do more theme park stuff.
Andy goes to Disney. It's an anagram. I've never been to Legoland. Is it good? Is it worth going? John, you've been. How is it?
I've been to 2 Legolands.
All right.
Both
Show
good.
off.
Lego House. Go to Lego House.
So the Lego in the spiritual homeland of Lego.
Yeah.
Go to Denmark.
Go to Denmark,
go
do
to
some
them.
Legolands.
Double bill it with Tivoli Gardens.
What?
That's the big theme park
Oh,
in Copenhagen.
Oh, that sounds nice. I
Yeah.
thought you were just like Disney through and through, though. I'm like,
Do like Disney. Universal's good though. We could do Universal next time. Go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
I don't. I think we'd need a more scientific, rigorous like survey of whether people actually want to see that.
Yeah. What, like a poll
No, yeah.
on screen
okay.
right now?
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
All right. Fine.
Wizarding World of Harry Potter, guys. Imagine that.
Oh,
Imagine
that-
Luke
no,
drinking
okay,
a
no,
butterbeer.
that would be excellent. We could do like a. Yeah, we could
be
do a
great.
Wizarding World one. That might
Yeah,
be
there's
nice.
a Harry Potter mobile game out right
All
now.
right, I have my
That's a video
reservations
game.
about turning this entire channel into a theme park review site.
Well,
but
forget about all of those.
But
Let me tell you, it's a great idea.
I want to go to Dreamland in Margate in Kent. It's kind of
yeah.
a retro theme park, amusement park,
Should go there.
fairground.
Yeah.
We should do that as
I've not
like
been
a kind
since
of
it became
starting
nice.
point. It is nice.
Yeah, it used to be horrible. My cousin worked there
Oh.
and told me some horrible things about the hot dogs. It's
Hmm.
lovely now though. So
Well, now we're not invited, Andy.
let me just
Now-
walk back the
now
comments
you've
about
done
hot
it.
dogs.
I hear it's very nice, and they have like a roller disco rink and stuff
Aw,
like that.
I love roller
Anyway,
disco.
we're already getting deep down the theme park hole
Anyway,
before anyone
before
has
the
said.
poll's even been filled out.
Yeah.
So fill it out.
We want to talk about some video games.
Sure, give me a video game question.
Just remember, be yourself. And the more you can get...
Be yourself. And if that happens to be a colossal asshole, then so be it.
So, I'll be referring to myself in third person as the god of driving.
An exciting race today.
The god of driving
is here.
Is here.
Little clip there from F1 2019. Did you have a good time with Mike?
I did, yeah.
Did Mike
I think
have a nice time?
Mike had a lovely time.
That was Mike's Christmas present.
Yeah, he gets to play F1. Yeah, it fits into a what I think is a underappreciated category of Outside Xbox Let's Play, which is sports game with a career mode, where we just act like total showboating jerks.
From a completely different sports endeavour.
Yeah, exactly.
Sports entertainment endeavour. Speaking of which, would you like a comment?
Oh, I would, yes.
Think we found the solution to make F1 more interesting, says Wailing Fungus. Combine it with wrestling.
Thank you. See, someone gets it. Because F1, you have to do like 80 laps.
Right.
That's so many laps.
Right.
Takes forever.
Okay.
I assume like 2 or 3 days to
Right.
do 80 laps.
Yes.
Whereas, if it could be like 5 laps, like it is in the video, and before and after, you have like little backstage promos where you just cuss out your opponent and
You're
tell
in it
them
for
why they're
the
bad.
story and the theatrics.
Yeah, and it sort of lets you. There's like different personalities that you can adopt during the interviews, and there's like one which is showman, and there's one which is a lot more like practical and pragmatic.
So it's like that
"Oh, we
movie
did well
Rush
today,"
with
yeah,
Chris
exactly.
Hemsworth and Daniel Bruhl.
Yeah, you want that rivalry. That's like real world issues sell tickets, Jane.
So you quite enjoyed the sort of backstage career stuff.
Yeah, well, it's set up this rivalry for you with this other driver called Devin Butler. And you know that's there, but if you really invest yourself emotionally in that rivalry, then all of the racing becomes a lot more meaningful because it's like, oh, Devin Butler's gaining on you, and you're like, over my dead body will I let Devin Butler.
I quite enjoyed watching because it's quite a long video actually, and if you bypassed it because F1's not your thing, it's really funny.
Yeah.
So, because thanks to these guys, it is actually very amusing because it's mostly Andy trying to sort of impress a wrestling type showmanship.
Just cutting promos on Devin Butler.
Devin Butler today is gonna be the worst day of your life.
Excellent promo.
Thanks.
Thank you. I'm glad I brought you along.
Good.
That was amusing. It was amusing.
Him and his antics.
And Mike refusing to be a team player, as per usual.
Yeah, but I was utilising some tips from my pro wrestling training to cut a promo on Devin Butler.
I see.
Just
That's finally coming to good use.
That was good. That was a real like 80s Mid-South promo I was cutting on him right there.
Commenter Inquisitorius says, good to see Mike went to the Max Verstappen School of Driving. If they're in the way, just punt them off. Ha.
Oof, yeah.
Oh, a bit of contact. Oh, it gets really busy around here. Out of my way.
That's good.
Jerks.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't know who Max Verstappen is, but
I'm going to concur with you.
Mike's strategy for playing F1 games seems to be just the little nudges as you go past. And I'm pretty sure if you're doing over 200 miles per hour,
you would both be just dust and
they're
sparks.
basically made out of plywood, these cars, because they're so light.
There's a bit in the Let's Play where Mike's just a little bit of contact.
A little bit of contact.
It's fine, just a little bit of contact. And
At 200 miles an hour.
I don't know anything about racing, but those cars won't take a little bit of contact.
A little bit of contact there, it's fine.
Sounds good.
I think it was my teammate.
That'll buff right out. There's no it'll buff right out on an F1 car, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think you can do it anymore, but in the old F1 games, you used to be able to like break off your wheels if you hit the side at the right angle, and that used to be how I would amuse myself. Is I would smash off one of my wheels and then try and finish the race with 3 wheels.
Surely the race is over. Like everything is over if your wheel comes off.
I think
that should be a thing.
I think they changed it so that if your wheel comes off, it's like automatic restart. But it used to be that you could carry on with like the damage. So you just carry on like trundling around.
Yeah, it's like, why do we even model a wheel coming off if then the game has to immediately, end?
Exactly. So bring it back, F1 games. Let me break off all my wheels.
Yeah, then we could do a Christmas challenge. It's like
finish a race with 3 wheels.
Yeah, knock off one of your wheels in the first lap and then finish the race with only 3 wheels.
I love it.
Yeah,
F1,
or 2 even.
F1
on
2020. Let's just like leaning. Oh, that'd be great. Bring it back.
Okay, bring it back, please. Another comment?
Yes.
Octbox says Jam Dev, where the worlds of motor racing, WWE, and RuPaul's Drag Race collide. I have forgotten the RuPaul's Drag Race reference.
Oh, I think it was because there was a place called Yas Marina.
Was it an acronym or?
No, I think it's actually called the Yas Marina.
Single S or double S?
Single S, but I think you have to pronounce it like Yas.
Yas Marina.
Which,
Yas Marina.
Yeah, I like to
like
imagine.
Marina is a queen.
Yes,
Yas Marina.
Yes, Marina.
Yes, Island.
And one that promises to be a spectacle every bit as
I'm going to make an absolute spectacle of myself, that's for sure.
I want you to shablam on the podium.
Okay, let me do a death drop.
I like to think that we're the only YouTube channel you can come to where you can get that specific combination.
In the Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Video games, Drag Race, WWE. Yeah.
We're like right there.
Well, Drag Race and wrestling does have a sort of commonality, and there's sort of theatrics and personas and.
Yeah, I'm really surprised they haven't done a. They haven't,
a little bit.
Yeah. Those death drops, not easy. Those shablams.
Can any wrestlers do a death drop?
I think it means something different in wrestling. I think it's when you go through a table.
A death drop is when you
thumbtacks.
drop someone and they die.
Yeah. There was the Scorpion death drop is a finishing move.
Which, nice.
It's not like the ones in Drag Race. But yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done like a glow style wrestling theme on Drag Race.
Well, how would that work?
Like,
when
so
they
for
have
like
to
the
dress
runway,
up like wrestlers.
yeah. So category is.
Ooh. That's
gorgeous
a
ladies
really
of
good
wrestling.
idea.
Yeah, why haven't they done that?
Call us a World of Wonder
Yeah.
or whatever the production company is.
And we'll just come in and sit around while you do that.
Throw some ideas around.
Yeah, it'd be great.
All
Get us
right.
in.
There I am. Yes, that's right. In all your faces, the god of driving has arrived.
Yeah.
I hope we get to do another interview.
I thought I was going to fling that trophy right
throw it on
into
the ground and
crowd.
stamp on it. This means nothing to me. Nothing, you understand?
Great, thank you for those comments.
You're welcome. You
I
chose
guess,
them.
Yeah, well, I guess I owe you a bacon sandwich now.
Could I get
a bacon
some
sandwich? You sure
pickle
can.
Mustard.
Pickle.
Not too much mustard. 3 kinds of mustard. I want French, American, and the hot one.
Yeah. Sure. English
And
mustard. Okay,
one of those little like plastic swords through the sandwich. You know.
To keep it all
to
in,
keep it all
in
together.
one place.
Yeah.
All right. So at the moment, you've just got. You want bacon in there as well? You've just got 3 kinds of mustard.
No, it's a mustard sandwich.
You just want a mustard
I
sandwich.
want a mustard sandwich with pickles. And,
right. Okay.
I want to put some potato chips in the sandwich and crunch it down real good.
With the mustard.
And then the sword.
Okay. And bacon on the side?
3 swords.
3 swords. All right, I'm on it. That's it for Show of the Week. Thanks for watching. But before you go, I'm going to attempt to pass a speech check to get you to press the like button.
Are you sure? Your speech skill's pretty low.
Mike, I got this. You press like button now. Press you.
Probably should have put some more points into speech.
Yeah, I put all my points into close-up magic.
Oh, that's funny. I put all my points into hating close-up magic.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Okay, lunch. I want to get something before the Washington Nationals and Kansas City Royals game.
Yeah, don't want to miss that one.
I mean, and then it's the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Baltimore Orioles.
Of course, that game's...
And then the Milwaukee Vampires are taking on the Poughkeepsie Lemurs.
Yeah, they sure are.
I made those last 2 up.
Yeah, I know. It's just not real teams. What kind of idiot would think that?
They're real.
Yeah, I knew that as well. I was testing you.
They're not real.